Hello all, welcome back. This is part two of the previous video, and we are today going to be talking about how to call a report. The key to calling a good report is to develop a system that you can repeat that isn't too complicated and that communicates the necessary information that will let us in the ED get ready. Let's go through this step by step. First is developing a system. The acronym MIST, MIST, is a good place to start. And as you progress in your practice, you should continue to refine this process. MIST is a four-part report pattern consisting of mechanism of injury, injuries present, signs and symptoms, and treatments performed. Radio communication has a few universal rules, whether it is a dinky little handheld radio or a several $1,000 encrypted and coded radio that has every hospital, fire channel, and other talk group that you could imagine. First, this is not the time for nuance and long winded explanations. You can give all the details that you want when you get to the hospital. You want to be clear but concise. We can't see your patient, and you will be able to show us everything when you actually get to the ED. Also, hospitals generally do not have multiple channels for talking to incoming crews. And sometimes, when there are multiple trucks coming to the same ED, say your piece, get off the line. This is especially important if you're talking to a big level one trauma center. If you came from a bad scene, there might be another truck coming in behind you, but there could also be a scheduled transfer coming in that has started to crash and now has to come to the ED for resuscitation. The faster that we can have a complete idea of what is coming, the better that we in the ED can prepare. Secondly, you are accountable for everything that is said on your radio. If you are broadcasting onto any radio system, you can guarantee that it is being recorded. Organizations do this to protect themselves, but it also can be used for quality control. You do not want to have radio traffic subpoenaed and then have to answer for why you acted like an asshole. Also, all radio traffic is monitored and regulated by the FCC or the Federal Communications Commission. Doing something stupid on a radio is a federal level problem potentially. You are a professional, you need to act like it. Third, some practical advice. First thing, do not eat the mic. Every radio nowadays will have a good enough mic that will be able to pick up your voice just fine. If you eat the mic, your voice is going to distort and no one is going to be able to hear what it is that you're saying. Don't eat the mic and don't speak into it directly. Turn it at an angle. Again, I promise the mic will pick up what you are saying. So if you imagine my phone is your handheld part of your radio, don't do this. There's no reason to have it this close to your mouth, especially if you're talking on one of those really good coded ones. Get it away from your face, turn it sideways. You can key it up this way. I promise you it will pick up what you're saying. Fourth thing, do not start giving your report right away. You always want to make sure that you have a clear signal and that you are talking to the correct facility. I started to give a report and halfway through realized I was talking to the wrong hospital, which was highly embarrassing. All right, now I'm going to talk through my process and I'll end with an example of an actual run and report that I had. First step is you usually have to hit dispatch and request a med channel to the hospital. Then you wait for the hospital to acknowledge you. Then comes the first transmission. I would identify the hospital, who I was, my medic number, and why I was coming. This is followed by how do you copy? I did this so that I was sure I had a clear transmission and to give the ED just a little bit more warning about what I was about to bring them. Once they acknowledge you again, it's time to give your report. You can give your report and follow something like MIST. The more you do this, you will eventually discover your own process that feels natural and gives all the information that you need. It will feel really awkward at first. I promise it will get better. So, now for the example. This is a STEMI report with a few things changed as close as I can remember it from an actual run that I had quite a few years ago. This is main hospital. Main hospital, medic 44, STEMI alert. How do you copy? Copy clear. Go ahead. Main hospital, I'm 10 to 15 out. On board, I got a 50-year-old male called us with left arm numbness and chest discomfort that woke him up tonight. He's got a history of hypertension and diabetes. 12 lead is showing an inferior STEMI with 2 millimeters of elevation in 2, 3, and AVF. showing some reciprocal depression in one in AVR. Additionally, starting to see some elevation in a few of the lateral leads. He's had 324 of aspirin. I got an 18 gauge in his left AC, no nitro given yet. I'm going to try to give a 15 lead prior to administration. Last vitals are a pressure of 135 over 90, heart rate 110, satin at 98% on room air. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Do you require anything further?
Nothing further required. We'll meet you in the bay. Main hospital clear.
That's all it is. That took me about 45 seconds. I told the hospital what I found, what I did, and by calling a STEMI alert, I am giving them time to be ready for me. In the case of this particular patient, one of the ED docs was waiting for us just inside the doors. I handed him my 12 leads. He took one look at it and told us to go straight to the cath lab. Patient ended up having a 90% occlusion, got 3 stents, and left the hospital a few days later. I'm pretty sure our door to balloon time was less than 30 minutes. There is an art to communicating information quickly and clearly. It is not something you will learn right out of the gate, and the only way to get better at it is to do it a lot. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna say something dumb. You might be one of the people that just sounds weird on the radio, and your coworkers will never let you live it down. All of that is okay. It's a skill that you have to work on just like anything else. This job and your patients depend on you to be able to communicate well so that they can get the best care possible. That's all I've got for today. Thank you so much for watching. Current providers, please drop a comment giving a piece of radio and or communication advice that you have picked up in your career. Please hit the like if you found this helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more. Please share it out to anyone you feel would benefit from it, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.